Let's take an example of a source, like a sun. Two things come out of a sun: heat and light. Anybody has any problem with that? Heat and light. So the divine source also has two things coming out of it. Different religions say it by different words. Hindus call it Shiva and Shakti. Far Eastern people call it Tai Chi. Some call it Yin and Yang. If you all want to reach the source, you need to understand these two components of the source. If you do not understand these two components of the source, you have no clue what the source is. When I say the source, I mean the God Almighty. Now, these two components are existing inside you right now. And you need to understand how they're existing inside you. Every metaphysician needs to understand that. Crystal clear, black and white. Let me give you a few examples so you understand what I'm getting at. Is there anybody here who hasn't been to a dentist? Okay. You go to the dentist. You got to pull the tooth out. What does he do? He gives you some injection here, right? This part actually goes numb. In other words, there is no awareness there. But you know, when he picks up those pliers, that he is going to do and out. Okay? There was no awareness, but there was something else inside you, a knower, who knows he's pulling the teeth out. Let me give you another one. Say you steal something, and you say to the world, no, I didn't steal it. You can give all the evidence in this world, but you know inside you there is a knower who knows you have stolen it. Okay? Let me give you another example. I'm sure some of you must have got drunk, which is a good thing now and then. Why? Because the soul is free at the time. He can say anything he wants. This mind, being a monkey, screws all of us up. And I know that. But I'm not going to give him an upper hand. Because as far as metaphysicians are concerned, the self is the master. So, what did these examples tell you? It tells you there are two components. One of them is called awareness. At the same time, there is another component of the source, and that's called consciousness. The consciousness is the knower. It's the soul of the person. While awareness is a knowledge. It's a process. If I were to stick this finger up here behind somebody's back, they'll be aware, yes, something is touching, but they don't know what it is. It could be a barrel of a gun. But when you bring it forward, it's a finger. A knower then knows it. But before that, it was just an awareness, a process where some neurons or some fancy biological term messages went up to the brain and told and came back something is touching. It's a process, nothing else. It's an awareness. Now these two things, awareness and consciousness, are the two components of the source. And that's what you need to understand, what these two really are. Awareness is to do with your life force. Even plant has awareness. It grows. But an apple tree hasn't got consciousness, hasn't got a soul. An apple tree can't say one morning and say, hey, I've been growing apples for so many years. I think tomorrow morning I'll grow some bananas. That's not going to work. But you guys, you have soul. And soul means you have free will. You can decide tomorrow morning, I think I'll have a chicken curry tomorrow. I had enough of McDonald's. You have a choice. So what I'm going to do is give you at least 5 parameters that distinguish between the consciousness and awareness. The consciousness is a soul. It's inside you. It doesn't die. It's the real you. While awareness is a life force. It's an intelligence of its own. It's a process. It's a process. Somebody could be an engineer because he's got awareness of some engineering. But he's still a soul. Okay? Soul has a free will. Awareness has no free will. You know, the sun comes up every morning. He can't say, I've been coming up millions of years, I think I'll take a holiday. I'll take a break. Because sun has no soul, therefore no free will. If it hasn't got any free will, that means they're under strict cosmic law. And all sciences, whether it's quantum mechanics, Einstein theory, whatever you want to call it, is part of cosmic law. With regret, Dr. Einstein made one big, huge mistake. He tried to do this unified field theory, but he forgot, or he purposely excluded his own consciousness from it. He forgot his own soul. How can you have something complete without you in it? You have to be part of it. And that is what metaphysics is about. The soul. What is it exactly? What is this consciousness? Okay, we know awareness. It's life force inside. And these medical doctors today, they think they know everything? I doubt it. You ask them anything. Maybe somebody specialized in the kidney, somebody in the liver, somebody in the eye, somebody in the ear. But if you ask them, are you expert at everything? No. Basically, all they do is try and maintain a life force in the body, and they call themselves doctors. Metaphysicians are much higher than medical doctors, because they know of a science which is of the life force and the soul. And you can only understand this science through yoga. But let's see, how do these two things, awareness and consciousness, actually exist inside your body? Give me the real McCoy. How do they stay together? Because when somebody dies, the soul seems to have gone, but the body is still there.